Thar desert. The silence of the night and the mysterious rustling sound blowing somewhere in the wind. That night, the stars in the sky had rung. Sia, a young and extremely beautiful girl, quietly emerged from her house. The sound of her footsteps would get lost in the air. Walking on the cold sand, she reached that edge of Rajasthan's Thar desert where perhaps hardly anyone came. There was silence all around, just the gusts of wind and the smell of sand. A little distance away, she saw an old wooden hut. The hut was half broken, but in it, somewhere, there was some hope or perhaps some call. Sia slowly moved towards it. Every step in the sand was swallowing her feet. She knocked on the door of the hut. No answer. She knocked again, a third time. Then the door creaked. It was dark inside. Sia peeked through a small hole in the door. Just a flickering light and a glimpse of old utensils. She took out a small mirror from her bag, fixed her hair, adjusted her sari, and knocked on the door again. The door opened slowly. In front stood a weak old man, Gopal. His age would be around 80 years. A face full of wrinkles, but a strange sparkle in his eyes. He kept looking at Sia for a few moments as if lost in a dream. Sia said with a slight smile, "I had come to visit with my family. They forgot me here. Can I stay in your hut tonight?" Gopal remained silent for a moment. Then he said, "Come, daughter. It's not safe to stay here at night." Sia entered the hut. Closing the door, Gopal said, "There is a danger of thieves here at night." Inside the hut, there were 2 small rooms. Sia looked around and said, "Where should I sleep?" Gopal smiled, "Sleep wherever you wish." Sia said, "Then you sleep in one room, I will sleep in the other." Gopal nodded, but his gaze was still fixed on Sia. Outside, the sound of the wind began to increase. The lamps in the hut began to flicker. After a while, Sia closed her eyes, but she couldn't sleep. Suddenly, the sound of dogs barking came from outside. Sia got up in fear and ran quickly towards Gopal's room. "I am scared," she said in a trembling voice. Gopal asked, "What happened?" Sia said, "I can't stay alone. Let's go outside. I am suffocating." Gopal picked up the lantern and both of them came out. The wind was blowing strongly now. Sand was flying and clouds were swirling in the sky. Sia's hand was in Gopal's hand. Her palms were cold, but they had a strange weight. Both of them reached a high dune while walking. Below was a deep ravine. Sia stopped at the edge of the rock and smiled. "Tell me, how do I look?" Gopal, looking into her eyes, said, "Very beautiful. Like a fairy." Sia laughed and said, "If I am a fairy, then I should fly away." Gopal said with surprise, "What do you mean?" Sia just looked into his eyes. "Every year, someone or the other comes here. And the same thing happens that happened today." Fear descended on Gopal's face. Who are you?" Sia smiled and said, "I am not Sia. I am that girl who fell into this very ravine 20 years ago." Her voice echoed in the wind. Gopal's heart started beating fast. "What?" he said, trembling. Sia took a step forward and her shadow in the gust of wind, as if